Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to today's readings. We are asking for an immediate message from Spirit, and we are also going to be looking at the next 7 days for you as well. I can't believe we are nearly at Christmas, and also, at the time of uploading these readings, do check out the previous 2 readings that I've uploaded if you're watching it now. Obviously, this is a timeless reading. You can come to it any time because right now we are sitting in a kind of a point of power. I uploaded some readings earlier in the week just to really tune into that energy and give you the heads up. But today, literally at the time of this reading, we are sitting on a point of power. So it's going to be very interesting to see what comes through. Let's draw runes and charms. Let me show you these cards first. So pile 1, we have Shield Your Energy, card number 32. So that is for pile 1. Pile 2, we have card number 8, Channel Your Knowledge. And card number 3, pile number 3, we have card number 9, Clear and Activate. Okay, all of these actually seem incredibly relevant to the energy today and to the PowerPoint. So fascinating to see what comes through. Let's draw runes and charms for you as well. And welcome everybody, welcome. Here am I diving straight in. Welcome if you are returning. Oh, pile 1, your charm has come out already, just come out of the bag. We have a little pointy feather. We are welcome if you are returning to the channel, welcome if you are brand new. It's wonderful to be connecting with all of you today at such a special time. Okay, we have for pile 2, so we have a little feather. For pile 1, pile 2, you have an octopus. I'll just put them on these little counters so it makes them easy to see. And pile 3, you have... Okay, you have a star, a little Venus star, a 5-pointed Venus star. How beautiful. How very, very, very beautiful. Okay, so your runes. We have for pile 1, you have Berkana, the rune of growth. For pile 2, you have Manas, the rune of the south. On pile 3, you have Jira, harvest. Okay. Well, we will be seeking an immediate message from Spirit for you, and also any other information that's needed for the coming week. And thank you so much for being here. I post these weekly readings every Sunday, so thank you to those of you that follow them, and welcome to anyone new, and just welcome everybody. And it's nearly Christmas, and it's a PowerPoint. And if you're coming to this in 3 months' time, 6 months' time, a year's time, whatever is showing through for you, if your intuition has guided you to a pick a card reading, it's going to be right for you. Beautiful souls, I'm going to leave the video running for a few moments, and I will see you in the readings. The timestamps are below, as are all the cards and the runes and the charms that I'm using throughout the readings, so you can check in on any that are really singing to you. So, see you in the readings in just a moment. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. You have Berkana, the rune of growth. This is a new phase of life. Shield your energy, look beneath the surface. I can't help feeling that this feather is bringing you luck, guidance. If you're seeing feathers around you, if they're showing up in unexpected places where you would think, how did that feather get here? There are that is some kind of a sign or a signal for you. Let's see what we are shown. We're asking for an immediate message. So we have crossroads. We have the sacred marriage. Okay. For some of you, this may connect to relationship, but we'll see what else is showing through. And forest, my goodness me, look at the path here. Okay. Okay, you have a decision to make, and it's connected to a commitment to something here. Now, if for some of you that commitment is about love, and it's a commitment to literally almost to a marriage, as such, but to a person. For others, it could be your commitment to literally your spiritual pathway, your spiritual journey. Yeah, but there is a commitment. Whatever the commitment is, you are faced with making a commitment to something. We have a little fox here, so some kind of adaptability is needed here. Let's draw more oracle cards for you first before we get into your tarot cards. You have two coming through. Now, I hope I'm going to pronounce this correctly. So, Chal Chui Tiku. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right. I'm so sorry, beautiful goddesses. Chal Chui Chiu Tlikyu. Anyway, I will hold this up so you can have a read of that. And please, if you know how to say it, please kind of write it in the comments for me. How interesting. I express myself with honesty and integrity. This is the key here. And look at this beautiful ball of light in her hand. We then have Kotlikyu. Every breath replenishes my soul and helps me to regenerate. Okay. This is a very significant turning point for you, beautiful souls. Now, I know I said at the time of doing these readings, we are sitting literally at a point of power. It's a point of power astrologically that connects to the solstices way earlier in the year. Not the solstices, my apologies, the eclipses. The solstices are there because that's also at the time of this reading. The solstice was yesterday. So we are literally sitting at a turning point. And your energy is aligned with that turning point. I mean, completely in alignment. Every breath replenishes my soul and helps me to regenerate. I express myself with honesty and integrity. Look beneath the surface. We need more information. I think we should dive into your tarot cards straight away. Right, may we ask for an immediate message for my beautiful pile 1, please? I'm seeing this, and this, and this. Gosh, lots of cards showing themselves for you. And this one too. We have 8 of Pentacles. We have the Hermit. Let's move these over. Oops. The Hermit. We have the 9 of Cups. Look at this pregnancy. And this is a card of rebirth. Koklikyu is about rebirth. Every breath replenishes my soul and helps me to regenerate. The High Priestess. Okay. The Magician. And the 7 of Cups. Okay. I can see where this is going now. Okay, we'll draw some more cards in a moment. But let's look at what we have here. Your first message is not to be afraid of the of the decision and the commitment in front of you. There is an opportunity to commit to something and you are hesitant. I think it is almost as though you are struggling to trust whether this transformation is either possible or this commitment will be okay. Yeah, you are anxious about this, but actually this is a connection, a commitment, a union of huge possibility. It has absolutely been guided. I mean, we have the Hermit and the High Priestess here. In many ways, this is something you have been wanting. It's something you have been searching for, looking for, desiring. Very interesting, these two cards. I might read from the book actually, but I express myself with honesty and integrity. The one that I am struggling to pronounce, Chal Chiu Klikyu. This is an Aztec. I think this is an Aztec goddess, and I think it was of the fourth world. It was like it took 5 worlds to get to where we are. Our world was the 5th world, and she was in the 4th world, part of creation, and I think the goddess of both water and the sun. So a real mixture of empowerment here, and she was accused of not caring for her people, and she cried, she wept, and it was her tears, it was the emotions that actually ended that world, so that the 5th world that has now been generated, that we are in now, could then be created. So this is not a small turning point or a small commitment, it's a huge one. Shield your energy and look beneath the surface. I think you are feeling really, really sensitive. Very, very sensitive about whether this is going to be okay or not. If any of you have actually been accused of something, or you're feeling a bit raw, or you feel judged, or you're fearful, I feel it's more like you're fearful of being judged. You're fearful of something going wrong, or judgment is coming through here. Now, this is a card of absolute regeneration, rebirth and regeneration. Let me get the book out, actually. Let me just find, where are we, Bridget? Okay, so I will just read this one here. Okay, so yes, it took 5 attempts for the Aztecs to create the world. Chalchiuhtlicue, I'm so sorry for my pronunciation, governed the sun and the rivers and seas in the 4th incarnation. She cared deeply and she gave freely, but was a sensitive soul. One day the god of the first sun accused her of not really caring about her people. Devastated, she began to cry and did not stop for 52 years. 52 may be a number that's relevant to some of you. For 52 years, great gushing rivers of tears drowned the earth, bringing the end of the 4th world, and the 5th hour world followed, and she now serves us as a reminder that it is important to express our emotions, as this leads to a better world for everyone. You know, like there is a massive part of the shift for the collective humanity is actually about emotional release. Because we carry generations of emotions that have not been processed from previous traumas, from challenges, from war, from devastation, from power over others, power dominant systems that are absolutely not relevant to the new age that we're moving to. And there's this massive emotional residue to be processed. You are carrying some kind of an emotional residue. Now, it will either be from this current life, or it will be from a past life, or it could be both, or it could also be generational emotions within you, generational trauma that's been handed down. And this is a turning point for you, and the commitment is actually to something that is right in front of you that can bring about the release of these emotions. It's like the end of that story, and the beginning of the new. It is guided with the 7 of Cups here. There is so much promise, and yet we have a dragon guarding the promise, guarding the treasure. You can do this. You know, 8 of Pentacles, you can work through this. It's partly at a level of soul why you came here. Whatever this commitment is, whether it is a relationship with the divine, whether it's your relationship with you, believing in yourself, whether it is a relationship of the deepest love, that sacred marriage, that union, whatever this is, whatever this connection, you can process this, you can work through it, you can release the emotions, and you can move to the new. And that's your first message. It's like Spirit is giving you this massive thumbs up at exactly a time when, certainly at the time of this reading, when there is a huge turning point and there is a big shift. The solstice is a turning point, it's a big shift. You know, this PowerPoint that we sit on today, we can literally kind of lift the energy. We can remove negativity. Frogs are associated with cleansing, releasing. I'm interested in the look beneath the surface. Let's draw some more cards around that. Can we ask about looking beneath the surface? What does pile 1 need to see? Okay, we have the Two of Pentacles. You need to see this from a balanced perspective here. And I think with the Hermit, I always associate the labyrinth with the Hermit, actually, because we're guided through something. You're being asked to see the potential of a situation from a balanced perspective. And we have the Five of Wands. Look at the same dragon showing up. And again, look at this figure here. We've got two people kind of like trying to slay the dragon. And then we have somebody standing here with two wands in their hand. I find this really interesting. Okay. I think you are possibly seeing some demons. I'm going to say maybe where there aren't any. Or it is like the demons of the past. It's like coveting or holding on to something. If there's been discord in a relationship or a connection with anyone, this is an opportunity to work through this, to slay your own demons, to be completely honest about how you feel. To have that voice, just to say, do you know, actually, this is how I feel. Not to let it dwell, not to let it linger, to voice it, to say it. Let me see if I can change the lights. It looks as though there's a lot of glare on some of the cards. Okay, that's a little bit better, I hope, for you. Yeah, it is interesting. So this is the turning point in a connection, in a commitment, in a relationship, whatever that is. So what I'm seeing here is either a fear of something repeating or a challenge in being both honest with yourself as well as with others. But what we see here is a point of rebirth. And this is your message that you can do this, you can work through this, you can have that voice. You don't need to hold on to any residue of the past in this moment, which feels pretty exciting. Let's draw some more cards and then we will look at the week ahead. Can we just have any further guidance or information? I mean, look beneath the surface. This is like looking at the potential here. The Two of Pentacles is loaded with potential. Also look beneath the surface and see what dragons you need to slay from within. I feel as though this is one of those readings that says, look, check inwards here. That the challenge with feeling like you don't quite know which pathway to take, the challenge is what's sitting within. It's not actually the external circumstances. It's what's in the way of you having a voice, what's in the way of you acknowledging how you feel here. Let's draw some more cards and ask for more information, and then we'll look at the week ahead for you. We have trust the timing. Oh, right. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. Ah. That is interesting. Time is not running out. And then we have a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. Wow. Seeing this one. I'm going with both. Going with both of these. We have We the Hathors. You have a Hathor card. Deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. Back to birthing again. And then we have star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper again. Okay. Right. I actually think that whatever this commitment is, beautiful souls, it's a really important part of your journey, which is why I think it feels so big, and it's a challenge to, or there's anxiety around it. But if you look at your current situation and look deeply around your fears of being hurt. Remember this card that I just read out, and the name I struggle to pronounce. She was a deeply sensitive soul, so are you. You know, the Hathors were, they loved unconditionally. They embodied unconditional love. But it means that if you have this in your blood, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. If you are of this particular star nation in your origins, which, you know, there are many people who in human incarnation at the moment, and this is certainly what I have been shown. There are many people of human incarnation right here and right now who come from very specific star nations. If you have come from the Hathors, then you have come here to generate unconditional love and to bring about rebirth through love. But it also means that you are a deeply sensitive soul, and it means that you will potentially struggle within relationships, within human relationships, because of that sensitivity, because of the purity of your love. But part of why you've come here is to transform things and to help others to do the same. Whatever the commitment in front of you, if this is a twin flame, a soulmate connection, an intimate relationship, or it is your own reconnection with yourself and with source and with spirit and your spiritual pathway, or it is with a group of people or someone, this can be brought to a fruitful, wonderful outcome. What you are processing is almost if you think of yourself as coming from star stuff and of a particular flavour of star stuff, and welcome, and you then think of your human self, it's like you're a mixture of both. Many of you will relate to this, that literally sometimes you will just feel, you will feel utterly human, 100% human, and it'll be a real struggle. And then you'll have times when you feel very much connected to being something else, or being more than that, and trying to sort of marry the two. Yes, this is coming through. Trying to marry the two is a challenge sometimes, because human life doesn't always accommodate that easily. But I think you are here right now. There is a point where you can marry the two. You can begin to know where you came from, who you are, who your ancestors are, but not necessarily just on a human plane, but in terms of the star nation and those other dimensions. And the more you are integrated, the more you can navigate with your sort of human world, with your sort of soul calling and purpose, with the purpose you came here from the star nation. And so I see you absolutely now. The High Priestess is in many ways, it's not just, excuse me, these two cards in the middle, the High Priestess and the Magician. The High Priestess is not just showing up to tell us that this situation is guided. The High Priestess is an element of who you are. It's the guidedness of being. You have that stuff integrated into the very essence of your soul. You have the star stuff of the Hathors there. That purity, that unconditional love. And the Magician is your human part. This is your self-mastery. This is about you stepping up into integrating the two and being able to embody the purity of the love that you have and integrate it into your human world in a balanced way. Wow. I feel like I've had to sort of, isn't it interesting? I've had to navigate through the reading to get to this point, and this is perhaps the most important message that is here at a level of kind of soul connection, of energetic connection to where you came from. who you are. Now, beautiful souls, this is, for me, feels very exciting because this is really a part of the new earth. This is where we're going. This is what we're doing. It's why we're here. So wow, wow, and more wow. Don't forget to check out my lovely store and my wow, wow, and more wow t-shirts. Thank you so much to those of you who actually suggested that as well here on our human plane. So beautiful souls, let's find out about the week ahead. But your messages, if we just tune in with those to bring clarity here, there is a situation in the 3D world of your humanness that is going on that requires a commitment of some sort. And there's human stuff around it. This reading is saying, look within, connect to who you really are and know who you really are and why you came here. And the empowerment of that purity of love in a boundaried fashion, with integrated. This is really about integrating everything that you bring in that purity into the 3D world here. At this moment, there is a situation that can be worked through, brought to fruition, and you are, in doing so, activating your own connection within, between these two elements of yourself, the humanness and at a level of soul, the star nation that sit within you and speak through you. Let's check out the week ahead. May we ask about the week ahead, please, for my lovely pile one. May we check out the week ahead. Okay, well, look at this. We have the King of Pentacles. Okay, we have the Ten of Swords. Interesting, it came out in reverse. I don't generally read reverse cards, but I am noting that. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. It's time to bring this situation to a conclusion. I'm going to suggest that you take some form of action here this week. This is the guidance coming through. Take some form of action, initiate something, say what you want, speak about your human feelings, talk about what you want and your desired outcome, which of course holds that higher light. Just speak openly and honestly, because the promise of this moment is present. The turning point is available to you. Literally, the universe has your back on this one. Now the timing is perfect. Trust the timing. The timing is perfect to move this forwards and bring a balanced and beautiful outcome. We have the card of Temperance. How magnificent. And of course, Temperance is so amazing. Temperance is represented by the goddess Iris. And she is, again, she has that energy of compassion, kindness, unconditional love. But her boundaries are impeccable as well. She doesn't take, excuse my language, but she doesn't take shit from anyone. She is solid as a rock and yet the most giving goddess ever. So this is almost like your role model of integrating where you have come from, who you are, at that core level of purity, along with your human capacity of self-mastery within your human 3D world. And this is all part of the bringing about of the new earth, which is here. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I just feel blown away by your reading, and I'm so honoured to be connected with you, Pile One. Thank you for being here and for everything that you are doing in our world. Everything that we do has a greater impact on the collective, and wow, you are here with such purpose. And so this circumstance, the actual practical real circumstance that will be unique to you each, is happening because it is literally moving you into a place where you take a greater ownership of what is actually within you, and you navigate this integration, the sacred union within you of your human, the stuff of the stars and your humanness. But the real situation around you is absolutely primed to enable this to happen and to support you. And this is suggesting that you step up, take charge of this, You know, talk about how you feel. There's so much, you know, don't hesitate. You know, don't be held back by any kind of human fears. There's, you know, this situation can come to an end now. The imbalance, the discord, the difficulty, the hesitation, this can be removed, any self-doubt. It can come to an end and you can step forth in a space of promise, knowing that you can speak about how you feel at any time and navigate this next chapter of your world from a place of true integration and absolute honesty. This is the rebirth that is available to you right now. Pile 1, it is an honour. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, and I am sending you so much love. I look forward to seeing you for another reading soon. Pile 1, this is an extra message. I literally have been clearing away your cards and this message came through so loudly and so clearly that I have to just check back in and voice this for you. When you see a feather, it's reminding you of who you are. It's telling you where you came from, the energy and the purity of the love that you hold. It is a reminder. That's what I was asked to say. So this is your extra message. Tons of love to you all. I look forward to seeing you again for some other readings really soon. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. So, channel your knowledge, critical judgment, and we have manners, the rune of the self, and we have the octopus. Let's draw some oracle cards for you and find an immediate message for you today and see what we are being shown. It's actually this card specifically I'm seeing. And in fact, let's draw a couple more as well. I'm seeing this and this one. Okay, let's look at these first. We have bridge, the place between the worlds. Okay. We have the Isle of Women, women's mysteries. Oh my goodness me. We have Selkie as well, the soul skin. Goodness me, you are very, your capacity to be, your psychic abilities right now are absolutely heightened and in no uncertain terms. We have Ishel. I embrace change and reflect inner beauty. I mean, look at this. She's holding the world in her hands, but it looks like almost like a crystal ball of the world. Being honest is the key to my inner strength, Juno. Wow. I think you are potentially becoming a voice for spirit, for source. Goodness me, these readings are blowing me away. I will be really honest. I don't know what else to say. The level of spiritual connection today is mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing. Okay, you kind of actually genuinely have the capacity, or you are growing the capacity to literally journey between the worlds, to see beyond the immediacy of our human lives, literally to travel between the worlds, to connect with others on the other side. I mean, this is phenomenal. It does feel as though you are managing a lot, is what I want to say. Critical judgment. Let's draw your tarot cards and see where else we are going with this. Ace of Swords. Gosh, this is like Excalibur being drawn from the stone. I feel you are uncovering something here. Look at these. We've got the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Cups. We've got the card of the Fool. It's almost as though you are uncovering some kind of knowledge or some kind of secret, something that has not been previously seen before. Interestingly enough, it's not like exactly a new innovation, although you could be looking at something through new eyes. But it literally feels like you are uncovering something, connecting to ancestral knowledge or wisdom in order to bring something forth, to create promise. You're being gifted with sight. Yeah, literally, we have the Page of Cups. This is a gift, 2 pages. You're being gifted with something here. Now, it could be that you are being gifted, literally with one of the clairs, clairvoyance, clairaudience. Your psychic abilities are heightening. You are literally being gifted in a way that maybe you couldn't see something before, you can now see something. There may be a situation around you right here and right now in your world where you are being gifted with the eyes to see it through a different lens. We have the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so we have generosity. And we have the Six of Cups. Wow. Okay. Okay, my lovely souls. So your very first message, your immediate message from Spirit, from Source, is that Source is wanting to speak through you. And you're being gifted with a different level of sight. If you have had your own mediumship, perhaps you've worked, you'll notice it increasing massively. Now there is purpose to this. I think you are able to be a bridge here between literally between the worlds. Your gifts, you're being gifted with your gifts. It might sound like a contradiction. It's not a contradiction. It's an extension. You are being gifted with your gifts, or your gifts are being activated, or your gifts are being enhanced, or if you didn't think you had any gifts, your gifts are being given to you. And I will draw more cards to find out about that for you right in just a moment, right now. But you are being gifted. And the purpose of this is so that you can it is actually about what you're able to then bring forth into the world. You're being gifted with your gifts at a time when you can bring them forth and be of service. You know, there is a new beginning here. I think you can transform the way people perceive things through your knowledge and your wisdom because of what you are being shown. Now the octopus is used to almost be slightly feared. You know, the really giant octopuses in kind of films of old, and I'm going back a long time, they were considered to be like sea monsters. They are the most extraordinarily intelligent beings. They can puff out poison, of course, which is perhaps why people have seen them as being negative in some way. But this is again, it's like the perception of something in one way can be completely shifted. If you meet a giant octopus and you meet it with aggression, it's probably going to defend itself and fight back. Whereas if you meet a giant octopus and you meet it with love, as a fellow being, an equal being, it will wish to meet you and it will love you and connect with you and want to communicate with you. So it's kind of like there's a shift in perspective, and I think you're being gifted with the ability to connect to knowledge and wisdom. In all honesty, knowledge and wisdom that was known by our ancestors. The Isle of Women is all about women's secrets, women's mysteries, but it's the energy of the earth. The Selkie was, the legend of the Selkie is that the Selkie she is a seal. She swims in the water with freedom, but at the time of, I believe it is the full moon, she could take human form and then return to the water. So she was able to to shapeshift effectively. She could be both human and dive into the depths of the ocean with that freedom and that liberation, and that interesting that octopuses also live beneath the water. I think that is your primary message, that your gifts are being enhanced. You're being gifted with your gifts. And you will be able to do a lot with these gifts. You will be able to do a lot, and it may well be how you end up actually earning your living with the Six of Pentacles. And you will love it. This could be a total career transformation for you, where you own your gifts, and this is where this is what you are going to love doing, your mediumship, your clairvoyance, whatever you are doing. This is what this is all about, stepping up into this. And if you're connected to me and my tarot course, you will, that could be part of you stepping up into your gifts. But this is what is happening here. So how amazing, how absolutely amazing. Things that maybe couldn't be seen, you will be able to reveal. Things that you didn't see before, you will be able to reveal. And this is a new beginning for you. It ends a lot of mental aggravation where you've maybe seen things but couldn't quite trust, or heard things but didn't quite trust whether they were real or not. You know, again, it's hard to own gifts if you are not in a world where that is supported, because we can sort of feel like our perspectives are put down. But this is a new beginning. This is an ownership of your gifts and a heightening of your gifts. And so this is your primary message. This is the time for this to take place. But let's ask about your gifts. Let's see if we can get some more information about your gifts, and then we'll look at the week ahead. What's how is this emerging in the week ahead? May we ask for pile 2? What are pile 2's gifts? Can we have any indication of the gifts that pile 2 are embracing and embodying? Okay, so we have I'm sorry. Okay, defensiveness, defenseless, writing past wrongs, uprooting. I think for some of you, your gifts are actually going to come forth, and some of you may well become counsellors. You may become counsellors, psychotherapists, mediators. You know, you are here to help people to heal past wounds, and that may well be the pathway. You'll find that when you're sitting with people, you will just intuitively know. Obviously, I'm not saying you shouldn't be doing a good and solid training, but it's almost as though part of why you're doing the training would be to be able to actually assist people in resolving conflict, resolving defensiveness. Some of you are here, all paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. Some of you are actually here to actually assist people in reconnecting with who they really are, reconnecting with the earth, helping people to really understand that we are in relationship with the earth all the time, to discover their inner agency as well, to be true to themselves and true to that interconnectedness of all of life. Empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. Some of you will be here to help people to really, really navigate their gifts, to know how sensitive they are. Some of you will be here to very specifically help starseed children, little people, but also adults who have that heightened sensitivity. People who are now currently labelled as spectrum people, but actually spectrum people are profoundly sensitive. I mean, you know, the world can feel like an overload to them. With some of you, that is the energy you're working with, and that's partly what this heightened stepping up is all about. Earth School. I love this. Life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. Some of you will literally be entering into mainstream education to teach people how to navigate life better. Entering mainstream education, study, higher learning, to bring about change within our educational institutions, within our educational systems, so that there is a much broader vision and a much broader experience of tutorship that enables people to navigate life and what it means to be a human being in a new earth, rather than, you know, living in a new age, rather than human beings who are, you know, just, you know, if we learn this and we learn this and we learn this, you know, math, science in a traditional way, you're helping the educational system and education generally to be seen completely differently. So that is part of your calling for some of you. I mean, these are just a few examples coming through, but these are the ones that are showing up in terms of how your gifts will be integrated into the world. Let's look at the week ahead. May we inquire for pile 2. How is the week ahead panning out? Okay, we have the Queen of Swords. We have the Hermit. How interesting. I was just, even with the Queen of Swords, going to say, it feels for me as if this is quite a solitary week for you, where you are quite Again, being very connected to your gifts, meditating, getting still, receiving guidance. This doesn't look to me like it's a busy week. It looks like this is about creating a still week for yourself. Yeah, we have the card of the Nine of Pentacles. Look how this looks like an octopus. We then have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, you're processing a lot. You're processing your gifts. And then we have the Three of Wands. This is a week when I think there is a lot of internal kind of thinking, potential reflection. This is a very reflective Queen of Swords, but she's very focused. I see her withdraw, from the busyness of the world, almost like a retreat. But the retreat is really purposeful. It's to align you, get you centered. I can't believe the colour of her hair is so like the colour of this card, Channel Your Knowledge, and then the octopus energy. It's like you're feeling, like octopuses can feel their way with their tentacles. They have, as I understand it, their tentacles have really heightened sensors on them. You are feeling your way through something this week. Whatever you are navigating, the pathway through it will be very, very clear to you. You'll be able to, in your everyday real world, navigate the something in your external world that you have to process and work through. Now, it could literally be you processing this accelerated connection to your gifts. But in the real everydayness of your world, you can navigate, you'll suddenly find that you can navigate in a different way. You get still, you hear, see, notice, are shown what the next step is to literally walk through your world. I mean, your path will be lit up, actually. So if you are navigating anything that is feeling difficult, you'll be literally shown the way and you'll know it. You'll just know. This will be that kind of amazing time when you just recognize that what you're being shown is real and you can follow this guidance. It is the truth here. Being honest is the key for my inner strength. It is the absolute truth. You will see the truth of things, be shown the truth of things, and be able to navigate through your week. Whatever is happening and taking place for you. That is what we're being shown here. It just is this heightened intuition, heightened sensitivity, but it's heightened sensitivity with empowerment. Let's just draw a couple more cards for you. Asking for just a few more and receiving them very beautifully. Yeah, look, we have the Emperor. This is a week of sovereignty for you. It's like you just know. The Chariot and the Wheel. Yeah. This is the week when whatever takes place in your real everyday life, this is the week when you recognize that your gifts are absolutely real and you know you can trust them. Actually, something is going on around you. You'll be shown the way. It's empowering. You can navigate whatever you are needing to navigate with speed and with awareness and create transformation in a really empowered and positive way. With truth and honesty. I mean, this is a very, very powerful time for you, pile 2, because once you own your gifts, they don't leave you. You just simply build upon them and build upon them and build upon them. So this is an extremely transformational week where you make a decision to take charge of any situation through the following of your gifts and the pathway that unfolds because of them. I mean, literally something is being lit up for you here. It's life-changing, actually. It really is. Something moves forward very quickly. This feels really exciting, actually, really exciting. It is literally an ownership, as I said, of the gifts. If you didn't think you had any, you're about to discover that you have and you can use them. If you know that you have gifts, they're going to be heightened and the pathway is being shown. And this really is a pathway of profound empowerment. I mean, it's magnificent. And I've said it before on occasions in readings, you know, when it comes up, your life will never be the same again. But I say it here and now and in the best possible way. Pile 2, this is your reading. I am blown away. Thank you so much for being here and tuning in with the readings. Thank you for liking, sharing. Don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell icon if you want to make sure you never miss a reading as soon as I upload it. Wow, gosh, what a point of power for you. This is something else. Beautiful souls, tons and tons of love. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. You have Clear and Activate, card number 9, Create Sacred Space. You have Jira, the Rune of Harvest, and a Venus star. Well, let's draw oracle cards for you first before we dive into anything too much. Now we are asking, temptation. Clear the way and activate. We're asking for an immediate message for you from Spirit, and we'll look at the 7 days ahead. I have to say that reading pile 1 and pile 2 have totally blown me away. We have the Descent. What is showing up for my pile 3s? We have the Descent and we have the Pilgrimage. Okay. Clear and activate. Pilgrimage. What else do we have here for my beautiful pile 3s? We have Ishal. I embrace change and reflect inner beauty. This came out in pile 2. So if that was relevant to you or you've been called to pile 2, do consider checking it out. I cleanse and rejuvenate my space and spirit. Sun ritual. Okay, this is all about, it is literally about clearing and activating, letting go of things that actually no longer serve you. This is a turning point of phenomenal energy for you to literally let go of stuff. If there's anything in the way, anything that causes you to kind of plummet or to feel not okay or not good, this is a turning point where you really can just say, do you know what? I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want that in my head. I don't want to follow that pattern of behavior. This is a day to, it's like bearing in mind whenever you come to this reading, it is timeless, so you could come to it in 3 months time or 6 weeks time, but if you are coming to it around the time of my uploading it, and it's just before Christmas 2024, when we approach a new year, we often set new year resolutions and new year intentions. And New Year resolutions often involve, right, I'm gonna give that up. I'm not gonna do that. I won't eat that, have that chocolate every single day. Or we often set these resolutions. Actually, the energy today is utterly primed for you, or the timing around you, whenever you come to this reading right now, is absolutely primed for you to let go of something that has stopped you from kind of being you. Literally, from being, it's like putting your feet on the ground, walking barefoot on the ground, and the aliveness and connectedness that comes from that. If any of you have been struggling with any form of addictions, anything, some of you may have been battling with, inner belief patterns, and whatever you're battling with, it could have been going on for a year, for the last year. It could be something you set a resolution around last year and just have really battled with it. This is the time when it can be shifted, literally shifted. Also, what's very interesting is Ishel is associated with the moon and the sun. We have a sun and the moon. Something can be brought back into balance. Let's draw your tarot cards. We have the Page of Cups. Oh, there's a gift. Okay, and we have the Eight of Swords. I love this Eight of Swords. You couldn't have a more liberating Eight of Swords, could you? I mean, just look at that imagery. Let me show this to you. Isn't that beautiful? Obviously, we have a little star to cover her for YouTube, but isn't that stunning? This is a time you literally can shift your perspectives. What's interesting is something is to be gifted to you that helps you to do this. Six of Swords, so we're seeing you move on. With Ace of Swords, we're seeing a new beginning. A letting go, I think, or seeing something differently. I mean, this is mental energy. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Working through something. Look at the pathways that are being shown. Five of Cups. This is a major turning point for you. We had the solstice at the time of doing this reading yesterday. A massive turning point. Two of Cups. Wow. This is pretty phenomenal. It really is like springtime arriving. I'm kind of seeing these cards as well. I'm just going to put them to one side for one moment. Let's look at what we have here first. Five of Pentacles. Okay. You are actually being faced right here and right now. There's an opportunity. Now, some of you, you could even be invited to go on a retreat or a journey, or somebody, you might have entered therapy, going into the descent. You could be entering some form of recovery program. You could be, something is being gifted to you. It's being offered to you, and it is going to assist you. It could literally be somebody giving you a helping hand, or someone supporting you and saying, look, this is the vision of the future. So, you know, like connecting with somebody who really believes in you, and that helps to transform previous disappointments and fears that something can't work out. You could be being invited into a relationship, and this could be a community. You could be entering a community of people rather than feeling like you're out on your own, left out in the cold, not misunderstood. It could be people who understand you. You could be turning a hobby or your gifts into a career pathway. You could have met someone who just, you know, feels as though at last you can actually trust someone. You are leaving behind disappointments and hurts of the past. And this is the energy. It's like you can literally make up your mind to do this. The Venus star. Love, hope, a new future, harvest, balance. Wow. It really does feel like, I want to say, if I was going to put a title to this reading, it would be The Struggle is Over. and I am loving that energy for you. I'm just loving it. The struggle is over. What that struggle is will be personal to you each, and you'll know what it is. But the struggle is over. That's what this reading is saying. Okay. What are these extra cards that came through? Okay, we have the Hermit. Oh, can't believe this. We have the Ace of Cups. How magnificent. We have the card of Justice, and we have the Two of Wands. If any of you have also been struggling with any kind of legal battle, I think this is the point when it's over. The struggle is over. If you've been negotiating any contract and it's been really difficult, or there have been lots of hiccups and bumps in the road, the struggle is over. If you feel as though you have been navigating in the dark, but you've kind of taken those steps every day, you've trusted the process, even though it's been a challenge, the new is emerging, the struggle is over. That is what we're being shown here in no uncertain terms. Any injustices of the past where you have been hurt, something is coming into your world to transform that. This is just lovely. Literally, this is marking and heralding the end of something that has not been working for you and no longer serves you. However that is showing up in your world, this is that turning point. How phenomenal and how fantastic. I think we should ask about the week ahead. May we please ask about the week ahead for my beautiful pile threes, please. We have the Emperor. These cards have been showing up. I think these actually came up in the last, I think it was pile 2. If you were drawn to pile 2, do check it out. The Emperor, the Queen of Swords, and the Page of Swords. Yeah, you're about to be liberated. This is like stepping up into your own empowerment, your own agency, with clarity of mind, knowing where you're going, knowing what matters, feeling positive about what's going to emerge. It's like seeing a future. If you've been struggling to see a future, what we're seeing this week is a real turning point, where you start to look ahead. It's like you really start to know and believe. Look at this, the Tower, but what a gateway. Something definitely comes to you with the Six of Cups as well. Something is either gifted or given to you. This isn't just you doing this on your own. With the Two of Cups, it's not about you doing this on your own. This is literally someone coming in or a circumstance rocking up that literally shows you that there is a gateway to the future, a different world arriving for you, something very transformational, and that something is over. Something in the physicalness of your world shows up and you are so empowered by it. It's almost like the universe evidences something for you. Whatever that may be, what area of struggle is now over for you or is coming to an end, this is the point where the universe brings you something or someone or a circumstance or a situation, a relationship, situationship. Something comes along and it literally shows you, it evidences this. It's like you're like in no uncertain way, you think, right, actually, I know now that this is now over. I can do this. Some kind of evidence comes along or something is rubber stamped. Something is given to you that enables this to be real. That pathway ahead is now opening for you. And you feel pretty damn good about it, quite frankly. That's what's happening this week. That's the week ahead. How magnificent. Let's ask. I mean, what a turning point. The energy of the turning point of the solstice, the power point today. How amazing. Let me just make sure that is focused for you, that camera. Let's draw some more cards just to see what else we're shown about the week ahead or about your circumstances generally. Earth School. Okay. Life lessons. I love the way she's free falling here. We then have We the Hathors. This is amazing because when I put cards back into the pack, I put them in different places. I shuffle. Both of these cards have come out in a previous reading today. So how amazing. So is this. Wow. Wow. Okay, Inner Earth. So let me read through your cards. We have Earth School, We the Hathors, I'm Sorry, and Inner Earth. Gosh, there's such a healing taking place here. You'll survive this. New solutions and new beginnings. This is you coming out of your cave. Putting past wrongs to right. We the Hathors, deep love, unconditional love. Earth School, life lessons. This is the end of a period of struggle or something that has been really tough for you, like a really big life lesson, but you've learned, you've gained, you've understood, you've grown. This is the end of this. This is the new beginning where you emerge afresh. And I'm going to say for some of you, justice will be served because the universe is evidencing to you that something is now over. So if you have been treated badly, something will come along, either to rubber stamp your newfound potential and happiness and the new pathway or the new love or the new whatever it is, or to confirm that the old is over. You know, if there had been a legal battle where, you know, something was not okay, actually it works out in your favour. It's, you know, it's therefore put right. For some of you, there could even be the outcome of something that, you know, is bigger, that goes to previous generations where, you know, there's something comes along where there's almost like a statement of acknowledgement. You know, we shouldn't have done this. This historically, you know, if something had happened in your family lineage, actually historically that it really, really wasn't okay. And something comes along and there is a, you know, like an affirmation, a statement, a bit like when, you know, a government acknowledges our predecessors should not have done this. You know, they can't change. We can't in the now necessarily change what was done, but we can acknowledge that it shouldn't have been, and we can honour that and do what we can now to create changes that will bring about harmony and peace. You know, a genuine apology goes a long way. It's really a really important part of the healing process. So you have survived something, whether that is personal or it's in your ancestry. But this lifetime, previous lifetimes, childhood, whenever, you've come through some big life lessons. Pile 3, the struggle is over. This is the end of that. And there's going to be this week some validation of that enables you to truly know that this time is, that phase of life is over. And you're now starting a new chapter. You can bring in a new harvest, full of hope, starting afresh. Sometimes the card of Jira, the rune of Jira, speaks of a period of a year. And here we are at the time of doing this reading, beginning or heading to the beginning of a new year, a new cycle of evolution. Whenever you come to this reading, this is a point of turn for you. You can come out of your cave free of something that has been a struggle and held you back, and with validation and acknowledgement, or something that you need to know that the new pathway is real for you and a new beginning sits right in front of you and lies ahead. Pile 3, what a magical reading, especially if you are connecting with, well, it's a magical reading anyway, but I was going to say especially if you are connecting with this just before Christmas. What a magical Christmas gift to receive. And if you're connecting this whenever you connect with it, it is this is an amazing turning point for you, and I am thrilled, literally absolutely thrilled for you. I really am. Pile 3, thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to check out any extra announcements that I'm making, to like, share, to subscribe if you want to make sure you never miss a reading, and I am sending you so much love.